guys doing? Hope you're doing fine. I hope you're discoing. I hope you're living your life. How you guys doing? I hope you're doing fine. I hope you're doing wonderful. I hope you're discoing. Please, before I start, like, share, subscribe, and comment. Please help me. Please help me. The algo will not circulate this video without the like and comment, please. Okay, this is a presentation for the equity market, for the VIX, for the put to call, for the dollar, S&P, gold, silver, GDX, gold GDX ratio, gold Newmont ratio. Okay, this is the equity put to call. This is for yesterday. The today's put to call will not be out. Maybe it will be out in the next 6 hours, but it's not going to change this MACD. Okay, so this is the equity put to call. Every time you have a MACD like this one, open mouth MACD, every time, 100% of the time, for the last 3 years, you'll have a pullback in the market. 100%. Never missed, okay? So this is for equity put to call using the MACD in the daily time frame for the equity put to call. This is the VIX. All right, this is the VIX. Before I start, the VIX had the most bullish VIX options. I think one of the most bullish ones, maybe top 10 at least, at 0.18 for the more calls than puts. A lot of market participants think that the VIX is going to shoot to the ceilings very soon, okay? So what's going on in the VIX and price action? We are making inverted head and shoulder. The breakout is going to be at 20, almost, let's say 22. Okay, 22 will have official breakout of this formation. We do have a bona fide disco combo with everything is intact. Gets formation for the MACD, hooking up for the stochastic, RSI over 50. And every time this happens, something happened in the VIX, and it has an inverse relationship with the equity market. So it's all the time. Good deal. This is the VIX in the daily time frame. Good. So everything I talked about now when it comes to equity put to call for the MACD and the VIX always results in volatility in the market in the past, all the time. Now another thing always results in volatility in the past is the VIX in the weekly time frame for the stochastic. Every time it comes out of oversold and registers such a number, volatility hit in the market. Now we have it. Last time we had that was in August 22nd. It was after the Jackson Hole meeting in the equity market, and everything went down. And before that, it was April 18th, and we know what happened after that. And before that, it was Jan 10th, 2022, and we know what happened after that. And before that, November 15th, during the Omicron variation, and we know what happened after that. And before that, 16th of August 2021, and we know what happened after that, and so on and so forth. This is Feb 2021. Volatility happened, and this is the early in the year volatility that happened 2021, and this is August 31st, 2021. We had a correction that lasted from September to November and after the election, and we know what happened. And before that, it was 21st of Jan, 2020. We had a brief correction in the market. What? No, we had the meltdown. Oh God, so a meltdown here for the pandemic, and before that, we had July 22nd. We had a correction back then. with China stuff. And before that, 6th of May, we had a brief correction in the market. And before that, it was, we had an October meltdown at that time, 2018. And you can see how this signal worked itself over 95% in the past. Okay? So I'm not trying to be against people. I'm not trying to be different. I'm not trying to be cultured, contrarian. I'm talking about sell signals. So I talked about sell signals in the daily time frame for the MACD of the equity put to call, the VIX in the daily, and the VIX in the weekly already. Let's talk about the UUP. Okay, let's talk about the daily time frame. Now, in the UUP, we are definitely in a bullish disco combo mode in the UUP, the DXY ETF, okay, with embedded reading. We have a very strong momentum in the stochastic with reading over 90. Last time we had that, we had a continuous rally from August 17th, okay, until this, okay? And before that, we had this. So it's not, I'm not trying to be contrarian. And all these high reading, they resulted in correction in the market and everything. So what's going on here for the UUP is the bullish disco combo that affected the whole market, with stochastic being in embedded mode. And we are also in breakout mode from this bullish wedge. Let me look at another thing for the UUP. Only the chart. So because we have an inverted head and shoulders too in the making. Okay, so we have the left shoulder right here, like we have in the VIX. So left shoulder, head, right shoulder. The breakout is going to be at 28.35. Okay, we are extremely close to that. Our full measured move is going to be okay. We have a whole dollar, almost a whole dollar. So we're talking about 29.32, I guess. So it's going to take us up to here, this breakdown area. This would create havoc in the market. We're going to go through a lot of extensions. So 2 extensions. It's going to be this one. We're going to go through 127 extension, 138, 168. We might have volatility, and hope that we think we're going to go all the way to this one. Then we have volatility, and then things will change. Or maybe we have continuation. So also we have a bullishness in the price action for the UUP as a form of inverted head and shoulder. So I talked about the daily time frame. Let me talk about the stochastic in the weekly time frame. So we have a number, a high, both lines are outside of the oversold area at 35. Almost 95% of the time, this thing will go all the way to overbought. So since May 2016, the stochastic came out of oversold 6 times in the weekly time frame, with an average nearly of 2 months before it tops over 80. So supposedly we came out of this in Feb. So by April, we should be right here, and we might go down, or we go embedded like we had here. And usually these times create havoc in the market and the precious metal. Let's look at last time it happened. Last time it happened, in June 14th, we know what happened after that, 2022 or 1. Come on now. Okay. June 14th, 2021, we remember that one. Okay, before that, we talked about the brief correction in 2021 here. And before that, it was the September-November correction in the market, 2020. This one didn't come out of the oversold. And Feb 2018, we had the largest Dow Jones meltdown in one day, as far as the numbers are concerned, in one day. I think at that time, in Feb 2018. And before that, we had that brief correction in September 2017. And before that, it was 2nd of May. We had we had a hiccup in the market in 2016 during that time, and precious metals as well in the summer of 2016 before it resumed, before it was going it went down during the elections of 2016. So this is another evidence of a potential risk. So I talked about the equity protocol, the MACD, the VIX in daily and weekly, the UUP in the daily, and the UUP weekly stochastic, and its effect in the market. So it is all based on historical performance. So I'm not trying to be contrarian. I'm not trying to be different. Okay. So this is the S&P chart. So what's going on here? We are definitely, even though we bounced and we only 28 basis points in the red, but we're still in breakdown mode. We broke down out of this trend line, out of this continuation, not continuation, like a pennant triangle. So we are definitely in breakdown as far as the chart patterns are concerned. Not only that, I think we had a breakaway gap. So we gapped from this breakdown, and that's supposedly a breakaway gap. If we have a continuation, it's not going to be good. So you break down with a gap, it's always bad. Okay? So that's as far as the price action is concerned. Okay, as far as this, we had a pattern of a bearish disco combo. You had a bearish MACD, a kiss, and a continuation. And you have a breakdown also in stochastic. And I believe, and many people believe, that momentum go before price. So price follows momentum. So momentum saying the price should go down even more in stochastic. Okay? This happened all the time in the past. You can see that in November 2022. You can see that in August 2022. You have this mini one in June 2022, and you have that one in May 2022, and you have that one in early this year. So this pattern is definitely a bona fide bearish pattern. Usually when you have such an indecisive action with MACD getting that close, then it results to this side. Usually this is the new, maybe a brief trend or longer, but it means the bears won the war. Okay? So I'm not trying to be contrarian. I'm happy for the people that made money today, but I'm looking at the breakdown, trend line, bearish, everything here. And I can look at only the MACD in the past, and I will neglect everything else and see what they resulted in the past using only MACD. Let's say. See, you rarely would have another. Let me put it for 3 years. See, you go either way. They go down. This one didn't have indecisive down. down, down. This is not down like that one. Let me make it for like 6 years. Indecisive, down. So I'm talking about a MACD now. I'm not talking about a VIX, the dollar, and everything that comes with it. A bearish MACD never been a good event in the market. Good deal. So GLD, the ETF for gold, and as I talked before, it's definitely in a bearish disco combo and also embedded stochastic, which means a possibility of price destruction until it comes out of oversold. Usually people sell the rally until it comes out of this. So every rally is a suspect until it goes over 20. So what happened in GLD? We had a breakaway gap. We have this trend line right here, breakaway gap, like what's going on now in the S&P, okay? Last time this happened is right here. And we have gaps after that until we had the last one, exhaustion gap, then rally, okay? So here we have a bullish engulfing, yet all of the indicators are down. So everything is suspect right now. Especially you ended the move with the last hurrah with a bearish divergence. Does not mean it will not bounce, but there's nothing good about this one except it found buyers at buyer zone. Silver find buyers at buyer zone. GDX found buyers at a perfect buyer zone, but we don't know what's going to happen. I'm keeping a close look on GDX. I could go bullish on GDX, but I need more confirmation. So GLD is still bearish, but buyer zone. SLV, good price action, good bullish engulfing. Everything is bad here. It's also at buyer zone, okay? Old price memory, perfect, ABC, full measure move right here. So buyer zone, and this is GDX. I tweeted this a couple of days. So this is A, this is B, C is both the 50% Fibonacci retracement from this low to this high, and it hit it almost closely. It missed it, but it's a zone, okay? So always at that zone, almost. Also, it hit the 2.62 Fibonacci extension. ABC is here, and it's right here. So it's definitely in a perfect buyer zone. And also it was the low in December 19th, 2022. And the rest is history. So you could see it's in a perfect buyer zone. And you have a rejection in the form of a hammer. But the indicators are bad. So we had the bounce of almost 2%, 2.5%, 2%, maybe more. So I'm happy for them. I want more confirmation, but it does not mean the bottom is in. It might mean we have a tradable bounce, and we might not have that tradable bounce. I suspected this bounce, but I did not take risk because of other things. I wanted to take this risk, but maybe I didn't have the guts. But it's good to be a coward so I can last more in the market. So I really want more confirmation, and I will get bullish on GDX once it shows me that thing. Another negative thing usually GDX is underperforming silver and also GLD. You don't want that in a bounce. You want the opposite. You want GDX to outperform them, or they go red and GDX goes green. But you don't want that gap between them, okay? Good deal. Another thing I didn't like about GDX, and this is a rule of mine, I do not buy anything that has a stochastic in this zone. Usually a price destruction takes place, a severe one, in this zone. I'm talking about sometimes 30%. So look, it hit in April 25th. It got to this zone when the price of action was at 35 for the GDX. It got out of the zone at 31. So you're talking about $4. So 12%. Okay, just in this area, 12%. So you could have been really cut right here. And let's talk about this one right here. So you got in this zone while the price action was in 28.43. It came out of it at 25. God, it's another 12%. Just avoiding this save you a lot of agony. Okay? Usually I like it when it dips and comes out quickly. Like this one. This one is a perfect one. This one is a perfect one. This one is the best in Jan 10th, 2022. Okay? This one, we've been in this zone now since Feb 6th. And we're still in this zone. So even this one we got in Feb 6th, we were at 30. Now we're 28.41. So it's not even 10%, but we reached the 10% today. So you could have bought at this level and sold at the low. I bet you one person did it all over the world and lost 10% since Feb 6th. So that's not good. Another reason I did not buy today GDX, even though it went down to that that buyer zone. I have rules myself to get bullish on the gold space. I want to see the ratio, the GLDX ratio, goes down in breakdown mode, not in breakout mode. So this is the weekly GLD GDX ratio. The lower ratio is the more bullish for the gold miner space, and vice versa. So you have a breakout in this bearish wedge, continuation with bullish disco combo. Last time you had something like this, it was 2nd of May 2022. 7th of June 2021. 27th of July 2022, just before the high, I think the decade high, and so on and so forth. So this is in the daily time frame. Sorry, the weekly time frame. Let's look at the daily time frame. So what we have here, we have an uptrend with embedded reading in the stochastic. Scary. So it's like it's the mirror image of GDX's stochastic. So it's been embedded since Feb 6th, 7th, and it still is in breakout mode. It looks like, yeah, I could draw a bullish pattern. So the best way in the daily time frame to get bullish on GDX when you have a bearish disco combo in the ratio, or at least a bearish stochastics. So let's say disco combo. So 4th of Jan 2023, we had a beautiful rally in GDX. Okay. 7th of November 2022, we have a beautiful rally in GDX. 20th of October, we have a beautiful rally in GDX. See what I'm talking about? 29th of September, we had few days of beautiful rally in GDX. 8th of September is the same. The last summer rally we had before the top, 27th of July. So I like to be technical usually. I really do. I like to treat myself as an algo, so I could save my wealth. I could save my lifestyle. Okay, you can see that. So we had that brief rally in May when the ratio went down. We have a beautiful rally in last Feb, when the ratio went down. Also in late 2021, December. So I really want to buy. It's really a torture to stay all cash. So I want to find a reason to buy, but I couldn't. So this is also more important to me, the GLD Newmont ratio. And it's the same thing, breakout, bullish disco combo in the daily and weekly, okay? Also, you can see the bull flag right here, okay? In the weekly, bullish disco combo. I don't have to explain the bearishness of the situation in the past. So I'm not trying to be contrarian. I'm not trying to be different. I'm not trying to be educated, smart, whatever. I just have this system and I follow it. Please like if you like, share, subscribe, and do remember, this goes forever.